One thing that sucks about recording in the afternoon is the fact that all the light is coming from my window because it is bright as day. So due to that, my camera focuses on the light more at the back instead of right here. So that's extremely annoying. So sorry for bad lighting throughout this video. The lighting would have been better if I recorded during the morning or the nighttime because, you know, when it's night, it's all dark over there and then all my monitors are like light towards me. I need to get better lights. Nonetheless, what is up everybody and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today I'm going to be doing a post-box review on the Guardians of Rock mini box that just got announced from Konami officially. Like we knew about it for like a week now, but Konami finally gave us the full card list on some of the cards that we're going to be getting from that mini box. So now that I have more free time, I thought it would have been a good idea to, instead of just doing only a live stream on the brand new box, and like that's what I normally do. I just do a full box review live stream and call it good. Today I thought it would have been fun to do a more dedicated video to the subject and talk about my favorite cards and best cards from this box. So if you guys are excited for, I guess, a new series for the channel, be sure to go hit that like button on the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and turn on those notification bell so you get notified when I drop a brand new video. But of course you can wait to like and do all that stuff until you watch the entire video. But without further ado, let's get into this box review. Now, I'm going to be honest, I think the best card from this mini box is one card that nobody has been talking about from the videos that I personally see. And I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom of this card list, and I'm going to be honest, there's one hidden normal card that is in this box that's going to be extremely spicy, and everybody's going to want to put it in their deck. And the card that I'm going to be talking about is whatever this card pronunciation is, Warrior. I can't believe Konami added this broken card into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. But then again, Konami's been adding a lot of broken, rare, and normal cards into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Like Power of Guardians, for example, that was a equip spell that's just absolutely broken. We have World Legacy Clash, only a rare card that's absolutely broken. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that Konami's adding a broken warrior in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And the best part is, like, what's so broken about this card is that it's both a warrior and rock type monster. That is absolutely insane, absolutely crazy. So this is a 4-star Earth Rock monster. It's a rock warrior that wields a heavy blade card from stone. Do you know how broken that effect is? Like, it holds a heavy blade card from stone. That is literally insane. And it also has 1300 attack and 1200 defense. I can't believe Konami's added it. And then runners up for some of the best cards in the game is this one right here. I don't know which dumbass like got, you know, deceived by the beauty of this vampire, because let me tell you, this is one of the ugliest vampires that I've seen. There's hotter vampires out there. So whoever smashed this vampire must have very low expectations, because that is a big right there, if I'm being honest. So, you know, there's that second runner up for just being that broken of a card to somehow make some dude fall in love with whatever that yikes is. Memes aside though, let's go into the actual review of this box. But still, those cards are very broken, don't get me wrong. Now, first card that I'm going to be talking about from this box is probably the best UR from this list, and this is Magician's Navigation. This is definitely going to be a card that you're going to want to get, especially if you are a Dark Magician player, because, I mean, for all the Dark Magician players out there, they already know that this card is good. For all the people that somehow don't know how good this card is, especially for Dark Magician, basically, this is a trap card. You special summon one Dark Magician from your hand, then special summon a level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster type monster from your deck. If you control a Dark Magician, except the turn that this was sent to the graveyard, you can banish the card from your graveyard, target a face-up spell and trap card opponent controls, and it has its effects negated until the end of the turn. Now, the most prevalent thing to take from this is the fact that you're going to be able to summon a lot of monsters from your hand. Its second effect is really good, but it's not going to be as practical in this current meta, in my opinion. So the fact that you can special summon a Dark Magician and a level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster type monster is pretty spicy. And there's a lot of Dark Spellcaster type monsters out in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. You don't only need to special summon Dark Magician. Like, you could special summon 2 Dark Magicians with this card specifically, but you can do Dark Magician and then special summon Dark Magician Girl if you really want to, which is a pretty decent option right there. And if we take a look in the card catalog, there's actually a lot of Dark Spellcaster type monsters. So I'm going to only do normal and effects so that we can get the like precise cards that we can potentially use for special summoning a level 4 or lower Dark Spellcaster type monster. Let me go specify Dark before I get too gung-ho. But there's definitely a lot of options that we can do for the most part. We can go into the Magician of Dark Illusion. You can go into this card, easy peasy. Of course, you can go into the Dark Magicians. You can go to the Dark Magician Girl. And then from there on, you just have so many other combos right there. We can actually go to level 2 and sort by level because there's just so many different cards. If for whatever reason you want to go to Cosmic Brain, there you go. There's that option right there. We cannot do Dark Eradicator Warlock. No. I think we can do Emidion the Master Magician. Yeah, so it's a you can special summon, so you can special summon this card through Magician's Navigation, which is pretty cool. That's a 2700 monster, not bad at all. We can go into Dark Red Enchanter if we want to. We can go into some Monarch's energy and stuff like that, and its effects as normal or special summon. So there you go, right there. And one thing that I would recommend all of you guys to do is definitely like look at the level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster type monsters and see what potential combos you can go into with this stuff. Maybe you can combo spellbooks with this stuff, because you can get some of these big spellbook boys that synergize with spellbooks and special some of them with the Magician's Navigation. That's a possibility, if you really want to. And there's just a lot of things that you can do with Magician's Navigation. That's why it's a pretty good card, and probably, in my opinion, the best UR card from the Guardians of Rock mini box. Next up on the card that I think is going to be crazy good is Guardian Ethos. This was apparently Raphael's like ace monster, so sorry for all the people that like Raphael from Season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Most likely your favorite character is not going to get introduced to Yu-Gi-Oh! Anytime soon, especially with this card being introduced. But this card is crazy good because this is a win 8-star fairy with the effect. If you have no monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can send one of your equipped spell cards equipped to this card to the graveyard, then target up to 3 monsters your opponent controls. Banish the targets, and if you do, this card can gain 500 attack for each monster banished by the effect until the end of this turn. This card has a solid 2500 attack and 2000 defense. And honestly, expect to see a lot of Guardian Ethos in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, at least in my personal opinion. Now, the biggest takeaway from this card is the fact that you can special summon this card with no cards in your, or no monsters in your graveyard. I gotta specify that. And you can special summon this card from your hand if you have no monsters in your graveyard. That is insanely good, considering that this is a 7-star monster with an attack of 2500. So the fact that you can open up with this card, summon it onto the field right away, you get a 2500 attacking beat stick at 7, and it's a level 7. So that means you can combo beat down with it and get it to a 2800 monster. On top of that, one of the first decks that I thought and most likely you're going to be seeing run rampant is comboing it with Neos. As you guys know, with Neos being a very popular deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, what's nice about Neos Fusion and why it's so freaking good, as most of you guys know, is that you can special summon a fusion monster from your extra deck that lists exactly 2 monsters as material, including Elemental Hero Neos. By sending both of those monsters from the hand deck or graveyard, or hand deck or field, ignoring summoning conditions. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters. But here's the thing about this card. What's nice about Neos Fusion over Red Eye's Fusion, as you guys probably have noticed, is that you can do all of your special summoning shenanigans. You can special summon your Guardian Ethos right away, and then follow up with Neos Fusion. So basically, if you open up with Guardian Ethos in your hand, Neos Fusion in your hand, both just those 2 cards alone, turn 1 or turn 2, you can special summon your Guardian Ethos, pile up with Neos Fusion, special summon your Neos, Brave Neos with Neos Fusion, pitch your Neos and Bacon Saver into the graveyard, and you have a 2 7-star monsters on the field that you can beat down. You can get them both 600 bonus attack, so you're going to have 2 monsters with 3100 attack each, just from those 2 cards alone. That's insane, okay? Like Guardian, and that's just like one of the first things I thought with Guardian Ethos. Like honestly, Guardian Ethos is gonna have so many different possibilities and combos you're gonna be able to go into. That is for sure. Like this card's going to be a 3 of, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of whales and just people in general are probably going to want to get 3 copies of this card because you just want to open up with this card as quick as you can. Honestly, late game, this is not going to be a good card to draw into, though, if I'm being honest, because late game, you're most likely going to have a bunch of monsters in your graveyard as is. So since you're going to have a bunch of monsters in your graveyard, top decking into this card late game is going to be very detrimental. But the potential of this card turn 1 and turn 2 is crazy good in my opinion, and it's definitely a 3 that you're going to want to get, because if you want to pop off of this card the most, you're going to want to run as many copies of this card as you can in order to turn 1 get this card. So Guardian Ethos, in my opinion, is crazy good and probably one of the best cards in this box in my opinion, especially for the whales and all that stuff out there. So I hope that I can pull a couple copies of this card because it is looking pretty spicy. Another card that is very interesting, and I know fully well that I don't know the full potential of this card, but a lot of people have been looking forward to this card called Block Dragon. As most of you guys know, Guardians of Rock is a very rock-oriented deck. We have a bunch of new magnet support that we're getting from this box, and we have a bunch of different type of rock monsters in this box. Especially, we have some of the most broken rocks in the game, like this one and this one right here. So that's pretty crazy. Anyways, though, what's really cool about Block Dragon is that this is an 8-star Earth Rock effect monster. It cannot be normal summon or set, and it must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by banishing 3 earth monsters from your hand and or graveyard, and it cannot be special summoned by other ways. So what's already pretty good about this card is the fact that you don't even need like rock monsters only. You can use any 3 earth monsters from your hand and or graveyard to special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, which is pretty good. Like, the fact that you can either top deck into this card or you can special summon it from the graveyard makes it super valuable already. I'm really going to be toying around once this mini box comes out, a lot of different combos, 30 card deck combos with that Grass is Greener, because these rock decks have just so much synergy with the graveyard, which is like just crazy in my opinion. So Block Dragon right there, the fact that you can special summon this card from your graveyard is just crazy good. Play that Grass is Greener, pitch you Block Dragon and then a bunch of other Earth monsters. You special summoning a 2500 attack or 3000 defense if you go on turn 1 monster just straight away, which is pretty cool in my opinion. But still, you got to deal with the annoying that Grass is Greener shenanigans, because that card will brick on you all of the time. But still, it's a really cool card. Another really good thing about Block Dragon is the fact that if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add up to 3 rock type monsters from your deck to your hand whose totals equal level 8. So you have the potential of getting a bunch of materials ready to go again to special summon Block Dragon from your graveyard yet again if you didn't already have a bunch of other rock monsters from the graveyard. And the fact that you can search for pretty much any rock type monsters with this card, it's pretty good. You can add a Valkyrion, you can add a Berserkatron to your hand if you just need those at the time being. You can add a bunch of like level 4 Magnet Warriors to your hand through this card's effect. It is really good. And overall, I think Block Dragon definitely has a lot of potential to really get the deck going and really get recycling going. So just running like 2 or 3 copies of the card is probably going to be pretty spicy in my opinion. Or if you're running just a straight up magnet deck, teching in 1 copy of this card might be pretty good too in my opinion. But I'm definitely going to be playing around with that Grass and Greener, that is for sure. And all that stuff right there. Block Dragon, pretty cool card. So the next card I'm going to be talking about is a great card for any free-to-play players that are playing Duel Links. This is going to be a card that you're going to be able to easily obtain, and running 3 copies of the card isn't the end of the world. This Drac Lord or Drac Lord card, however you pronounce this card, is an equip spell, and it says the equip monster cannot attack. Destroy the equip monster at the end of its controller's second turn after this card was activated. At that time, this card is returned to the owner hand. This is a crazy good card just for being a rare rarity in my opinion, and I could have easily seen this card at a super rare, just here at least. Personally, for me, I haven't been playing that much back row destruction cards, so seeing a card used against me like this would be very detrimental to some of the decks that I play, because basically you equip, any monster on the field. So keep in mind, you don't only need to equip your own monsters. You can equip cards to your opponent's side of the field if they have the monster on it. So if they had a Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can equip this card to it, boom, bada bang, there you go. That monster cannot attack, and in 2 turns it's going to get destroyed, which is pretty good in a lot of situations. So this is going to definitely help out stall decks like freaking crazy. In my opinion, it's going to set up the field to get Lava Golem going nonetheless. And what's crazy good about this is that if this card specifically does destroy a monster, you can literally add this card back to your hand. So this is just screaming to me that's going to help out stall and getting you set up to, like, summon a Lava Golem on your opponent's field, set up some back row, and then keep this card in your hand for later or something like that. And just in general, since it is a rare card, it's going to be very free to play friendly, and a lot of you players that don't have a lot of gems and money can hopefully get a couple copies of this card to really shake up the game and all that stuff. So I can definitely see this card being annoying. This card might bring back row destruction heavily, and I think it's already kind of happening due to all the other equip spells. Like, you can combo this with Power Guardians, like Power Guardians, and there's this card too. Like, there's going to be a lot of equip spells happening, so I'm probably going to be running a lot of more back row destruction as the future. I think Cosmic Cyclone is looking like a very, very nice card to use again. That is for sure. So there's that. This is a pretty good free-to-play card. Definitely going to be super annoying to deal with. But of course, if you run a lot of back row destruction, you won't have too many problems with this card, but it still could be an issue. That is for sure. So that is a really good card. One card that I want to talk about real quick. I personally don't think that the Debris Dragon, or however you pronounce this little kid Stardust Dragon card, is not going to be super good right now, but this card's going to have the potential to be really good when Xyz Summoning comes out. Personally, I really hope that Xyz World will come out, or Xyz World will come out in September. Duel Links has been releasing these brand new, worlds for each year. We got, the Fusion, we got GX World in 2017, we got 5Ds World in 2018. So I personally hope that we're going to get Xyz Summoning in 2019. They could possibly not mean that, because there's been some rumors that we'll be getting a completely different dual world in 2019. Could possibly be a Dark Side of Dimensions dual world, which would be pretty cool. So whatever the case may be, if we do ever get Xyz Summoning into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, this card right here would be extremely good to get for Xyz Summoning. So this card is a 4-star Dragon Tuner effect. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one monster with 500 or less attack in the graveyard, special summon that target in attack position, but its effects are negated. It cannot be used as a synchro material except for the synchro summon of a dragon type monster. The other synchro materials cannot be at level 4. So already this card is a super handicap in my opinion, but if you really want to go for a combo right away with this card, I do recommend comboing Debris Dragon with What Grows in the Graveyard. What Grows in the Graveyard, you start with the Dark Verger in the graveyard, so you can use this card to special summon that Dark Verger from the graveyard and go into a 6-star synchro summon into Iron Chain Dragon, which is a very generic level 6 dragon type synchro monster, and that's about it. So if you want to go into Iron Chain Dragon, there you go. And there's probably some other skills and stuff like that that you can use to combo with the Debris Dragon. Still, if you wanted a lot of cards to combo with that you can special summon from the graveyard to go for some spicy Xyz summoning, is I would recommend you guys doing this filter settings. Go to normal and effect, and then switch your settings to level 4, and then set the attack to as low as you can, and scroll all the way to the bottom of this list of all the cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links so you can obtain that have a lot of less attack points. And then I would just recommend you guys to just kind of check all the attack points of all these monsters that you can special summon with. And all that stuff, like you can do Keeper of the Shrine comboed with Debris Dragon. You can go for some 8-star synchro summoning right there. Or when Xyz summoning comes out, you can use Keeper of the Shrine and Debris Dragon to go into a rank 4 monster. So there's a really good target that you can combo with this card specifically right here. You can combo Silent Paddlin if you wanted to. You can combo with Skullmark Ladybug so you can special summon Skullmark Ladybug from your graveyard, and then once it gets into the graveyard, you can get 1,000 life points. Not horrible at all. And there's just a lot of options that you can really go into. There's a lot of monsters with 500 or less attack that you can combo with for this archetype, and just in general too, if you want to go for it. And I was just showing you guys some like rank 4 possibilities when Xyz something comes out, but I recommend honestly just to go for 1 through 4 and just seeing what potential monsters that you can combo with and that you can pitch to the graveyard in order to really get some Xyz or synchro summoning going and stuff like that. So there you go, combo with Quibble Hedgehog if you want to. Can't combo with that tuner though. That's for sure. But now there's still like a lot of like cards you can look into and try to see if you can combo with. Rose Lover, good for plant synergy and all that stuff. Bring it back from the graveyard before you banish it, and all that stuff. You can combo with Bacon Saver if you really wanted to. There's just a lot of options that you could potentially go through with this dragon. But honestly, I don't know how well the Debris Dragon will be good in the long term of this game. But someone could probably find some sort of busted combo with this card potentially. One card that I almost forgot to talk about, and I'm glad I'm talking about this now, is Thought Ruler Archfiend. This is another really good card for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. This is an 8-star Dark Psychic Synchro with the effect. It takes 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. If this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can gain life points equal to that monster's original attack in the graveyard. During either player's turn, you can win a trap or spell card that targets exactly 1 psychic type monster and no other cards. You can pay 1,000 life points to negate the activation if you do destroy. This card has a good, solid 2,700 attack and 2,300 defense points, and overall this is just a good card in general. So of course if you combo this with Psychics, this card is going to be able to protect pretty much all of your Psychic monsters by paying 1,000 life points, and you can keep gaining back life points the more monsters you destroy with Thought Ruler Archfiend, which is pretty good right there. You can give it a solid boost of 300 attack if you combo with Beatdown or Tides of Bind if you're running, but if your Psychic deck is able to spam a lot of monsters out there, then you'll be able to get this boy to 3,000 attack to get over a lot of things and all that cool stuff right there. So that's what I like about Thought Ruler Archfiend. But just in general, you can tech this into any one of your synchro decks that's able to easily synchro summon into rank, or not rank 8, 8-star synchro monsters, because this is a very generic synchro monster. The fact that it takes 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters just makes it easy to summon into. Combo Cockle-Doodle-Doo with a 4-star monster, and there you go, you can summon Thought Ruler Archfiend. Very easy peasy right there. So I can easily tech this into my Synchro Gemini deck, which, by the way, shameless plug, check it out over here. So yeah, you guys can combo this card immediately with a deck like that, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And the fact that you can protect this card from effects by paying 1,000 life points isn't bad at all. You gain back life points for the monsters you destroy. Overall, this card is honestly a really good synchro monster, and it's nice to see that while this box is clearly a dual monsters support box for Yugi and all that stuff right there, it's still really nice that Konami added a couple little synchro cards for the 5Ds fanboys like me. So Thought Ruler Archfiend, awesome card to get in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting this card and obtaining this card in the future, that's for sure. One low-key card that I don't think is crazy good, but I still feel like it's worth mentioning, is Triant Burst Dragon. This is a light 8-star dragon fusion with the effect. It must be special summoned with Fang Acridius using Tyrant Wing. This card cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. You can target one face-up monster you control, equip this monster to that target, and it gains 400 attack and defense, and it can also make 3 attacks during each battle phase. So there's a lot of things that I do like about this card, and this definitely screams to me that it can combo pretty well with the Red Eyes, fusion deck that's been very popular as of late. First of all, what's really nice about this card is that just this card alone is a 2,900 attacking monster, and all you need to use is Fang Acridius and Tyrant Wing. So Fang Acridius right here, this is what you're going to be using as the card to get the fusion summon going, and then Tyrant Wing is just a generic trap card. So it is not going to be as easy to summon into compared to just using Red Eyes Fusion, because as you know, with Red Eyes Fusion, you can just activate it and send monsters from your deck to the graveyard to go into that fusion summon just immediately. But Trident Wing and Fang Critias is still a pretty good option because it just takes these 2 cards alone to go into the fusion summon of your boy Trident Burst Dragon. And also keep in mind too, as a Trident Wing, if you have to throw it face down, you can still equip it to one of your Red Eyes monsters as it is. So this card just works well with the Red Eyes deck already. And then if you really want to, you go with the extra bang for your buck, Fang Critias, to go into Tyrant Burst Dragon. And what's nice about the Red Eyes deck is that, as you know, it has a bunch of equip synergy. You can equip a Tyrant Burst Dragon to your Red Eyes / Dragon, and your Red Eyes / Dragon will gain 4 in attack and defense, and it can make 3 battle attacks during each battle phase. That's pretty good in my opinion right there. And what's really nice too is that, of course, Slash Dragon really likes equip spells or equip cards to it. You can negate effects with with all the equip spells that it has equipped to it, and you're just gonna go ham from there. So I think the Trident Burst Dragon is definitely something to keep in mind of. That is for sure. And I guess shout out to you know, Amulet Dragon, because Amulet Dragon is actually pretty decent too, because you just do a Dark Magician 1 Dragon type monster to go with the item eyes. But still, I kind of like Trident Burst Dragon. I feel like that's definitely something that can boost up your Red Eyes fusion deck, or if you want to just try out something new, you can try it out with Red Eyes Fusion. So that's a pretty cool card right there. Well, that's going to be it for today's video, talking about all of the best and cards that I personally find really cool from the Guardians of Rock mini box. If you guys enjoyed this video and you haven't already, be sure to go hit that like button on the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh related content. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate any support. And if you guys think that I missed any cards from this mini box, be sure to go tell me in the comment section down below, because I would not be surprised if I missed out on any spicy cards from this mini box. So just tell me in the comment section down below what cards you personally think are really good and, you know, that I just didn't talk about in today's video. Unless so, thank you so much for watching, and I'll go see you guys in the next video. Peace.